Also, boys, back with another video, and today I'm going to be telling you my top 25 college football rankings. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get into the video. Alright, so I got number 1 as Ohio State. They're 12-2, 4-1 versus top 25. Pretty good record. They just blew out the number 1 team, and the week before that blew out the number 7 team. This Ohio State team is looking very good, but no one likes watching pay to win. It's just the truth. I mean, if you like watching pay to win, you're just a fan of that team. You know, like, you like watching NFL, you're just a fan of the Chiefs, bro. I can't lie, because they cheat to win. Everybody knows it. If you like watching college football this season, you're an Ohio State fan. Pay to win, bro. It's not fun to watch. Now, ever since Notre Dame lost to Northern Illinois, they just have been blowing everybody out in their path. Even ranked teams like Army, Navy, they probably would be ranked if the AP poll would still be going on. They were ranked when they beat them, and then beat Georgia by 13. I know Carson Beck wasn't in, but come on, bro. Gunnar Stockton didn't play that bad. He didn't even play bad for real. He may have had a pick. I don't know. I forgot the stats, but max was 1 pick. Max, bro. And he had a fumble because his line couldn't block for him. Blindside. What is he supposed to do? Carson Beck would have fumbled. Don't even say he wouldn't. Really, all the points were on the offense. One really a fumble recovery because he took it to the 10. They scored off of it one play. Kick return. And those were really their only 2 touchdowns. They had 2 touchdowns and 3 field goals. So yeah, Georgia had a touchdown and a field goal. Lost by 13. It is what it is. Alright, so for number 3, I got Penn State. There's really no argument. This year, the Big Ten might actually be better than the SEC, but that's this year, and most of the reason is because they bought people. Yes, you heard me right. They bought people, but it was consent. You know what I mean? Don't cancel me, YouTube. They bought people, bro. It's not fair. They spent money. They bought people from the SEC, from the South. And now the Big Ten's better because now they have players from the South. Exactly. The North doesn't have players. Nobody's good up there. They're not country. They lived in gated communities in the suburbs, bro. They lived in the snowy areas in 3-story houses, bro. It's not like that down south, bro. It's like they grew up in the trenches, you know what I mean? I mean, Michigan, you can say Michigan. I mean, that's a little bad up there, but you know what I mean. But, yeah, I mean, they just pay to win now. Alright, so for number 4, I got Texas. I think this is an actual pretty good spot for them. I would actually put Georgia here. I know they lost by 13, but, I mean, do y'all really think Gunnar Stockton would just fill up Carson Beck's spot just like that and beat Texas? I don't think so. Gunnar Stockton actually almost sold. He threw a pick, bro. I can't lie. I don't think they would beat Texas again. They really need a new quarterback because, I mean, Gunnar Stockton's not terrible, but he's just not the Georgia standard. You know what I mean? Carson Beck this year really wasn't the Georgia standard. What did he throw, 12 or 13 picks? I mean, no. Jalen Milroe, he threw 11 picks this season. That's definitely not the Alabama standard. But 3 were from Oklahoma. Weren't his fault. Well, 1 was. So that's 2 that weren't his fault. 1 Georgia wasn't his fault. 3 weren't his fault. I don't know what the freak he was doing in the Michigan game. That whole game loss was his fault. That should have been the 17th 10-win season streak, but whatever. Tennessee, his fault. What, he throw 1? Or no, he threw 2. Both his fault. one, the offensive coordinator's fault. So 4, there's more. Vanderbilt, that pick 6, 5. So I would say 6 interceptions that were his fault. That is not bad at all. That's what he had last season. That's not bad at all. That means he did better than last season because he had more yards, more touchdowns. Well, I don't know. 30 touchdowns last season, 28 this season, I think. Don't correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know why I'm talking about Alabama. Y'all can just skip this, but I got Texas at 4. All right, so for number 5, I got Oregon. This is pretty valid. I can't lie. They got exposed. I knew they sucked all season. Well, they don't suck, but they're not great. They're not number 1 material, and that got shown versus Ohio State. Bro, Ohio State is supposed to be the most selling team in college football. What's going on? They're about to go to a national championship. Oh, is something going on that I just don't know about? Well, other than the fact that they paid $20 million for their whole entire roster, but, they shouldn't even have 2 losses. They should be, what are they, 12-2? They should be 14-0 right now. That kind of roster, bro. Alabama would have. Can't argue with that. I mean, all they had really was Ryan Williams, and they went 9-3 in the regular season. Like, that's all they had, Ryan Williams and Jeremy Bernard, but they didn't have a quarterback that can really, really throw. Ryan Williams had to make, I don't even know, airbender catchers, bro. Like, that's what he was doing, like bending air. I don't know what the freak was going on. Half the time, bro, I don't know. He was stepping in bounds and then floating in the air versus Vanderbilt. I don't know what he was doing. Then Jeremy Bernard's over here just wide open for a 30, 40-yard touchdown, but Jalen Milroe just can't see him. I mean, it's wasted talent with Jalen Milroe. I mean, get a quarterback, we're good. Okay, so Ole Miss, bro, come on. They're really number 6. They're in the top 10, top 7. Florida would be a ranked team if not for injuries. You can't say they wouldn't. They're very good. They're a very good team. Beat them by 7. Kentucky, there's no excuse for that. That was just bad. But they did only lose by 3. It could have been at Kentucky. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Don't get mad at me in the comments. And then they also lost to another unranked team, didn't they? I'm trying to think of who. They lost to, LSU by 3. They lost 29-26. LSU was inside the top 10 at the time. I know they're 9-4 now, actually. 9-4, right? Didn't they play their bowl game and they won? Yeah, they did. Baylor, like 44-31, dang. By 13, they're 9-4. They're still not that bad, I can't lie. I know they had an ugly loss to Alabama by 29. Could have been by more, though. So, Alabama could have scored 50 on them. They scored 42 because they put in backups. So, LSU got lucky they even scored a touchdown. They should have been held to 2 field goals still. But, Ole Miss, you just know, those were fluke losses. They didn't get blown out. Actually, they blew out South Carolina, who I think very highly of, by the way. You'll see them soon in these rankings. Oh, by the way, do you guys like the new thing that I've been doing? I'm putting the last week's game that they had, their record versus top 25, and just their full record, and their, conference. So, just so you guys get more of an understanding of where I'm coming from, But for number 7, I couldn't decide. So, I didn't know if I should put Georgia here or not. These rankings are really hard this time. I can't put Alabama, South Carolina down here. You guys will get mad if I put Syracuse. Miami definitely can't go down there. Illinois, nah. They could, but All right, so if I can't decide on if to like put Georgia at number 7 over Arizona State, I'm gonna just put them at 8. I would say those two teams are pretty much even right now. I think right now, if Georgia played like they did versus Notre Dame, how many passes did they drop? I don't know. Georgia actually leads the nation in drop passes. I bet most of you guys didn't even know that unless you're actual like college football fans. You know what I mean? Like me. Georgia leads the nation in dropped passes. That is insane. I didn't know that myself until like yesterday. That's bad, bro. It like, how you're watching TV, like you're just saying like, yeah, I got Matt be great. He said, how you're watching TV, team drops passes, you're like, they have the most drop passes in college football. Well, Georgia actually does. I still think Georgia's good, but I don't think they're number 1 anymore. I started to get on edge after somebody commented on putting them at 1 because they said Oregon's a clear choice and they've earned it. I thought about it, but at the same time, he's just a Big Ten guru, bro. Like, honestly, bro, that was kind of cringe. But I don't know. And plus, Oregon just got beat by 20 versus Ohio State in the playoffs, and it was like it was in California. That's right under Oregon. If you guys go and look at the map, it's right under Oregon. That stadium can't be more than 3 hours away from them, maybe 4, and then Ohio is like all the way across the United States. Has to be like 10 hours or more away from that stadium. So, I mean, it was basically a home game for Oregon. Alright, guys. I know you're going in the comments talking about this is your channel. I remember you, bro. I remember you, Matt. I know this is my channel. This is my channel. Exactly. That's why I'm putting Iowa State here, bro. That's why I'm putting Iowa State here. I know they got blown out by 26 versus Arizona State. But as you just saw, I think very highly of Arizona State now. So when you get blown out by a good team, it shouldn't do much. Say you get blown out by like a number 15 team or something, like LSU getting blown out by Alabama, and look at them now. They're unranked. It got them way off track. They lost another game. Now they're 9-4. They're unranked. It got them way off track because they lost to a mid-tier Alabama team at best. A mid-tier. I hate to say it, but this is a mid-tier Alabama, and this is the worst Alabama team we've ever seen in, like, decades. Like, at least, like, what? Freaking almost 20 years? I mean, I know I wasn't alive that long, but, like, I still went back and watched games from back then, and I, like, kept up with the season. So I've really, like, learned everything. Like, Alabama's history. I watched their games. I watched their old games. And I've been watching, like, throughout my life. You know what I mean? But, like, this is the worst Alabama team that we've ever gotten. I think maybe it can get back on track next year. Don't get your hopes up. We don't know what we're going to see next year. We're getting players from the ACC. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens next year. Got a receiver from Miami. Got 2 running back that are scheduled for a visit. 1 committed from Louisiana. Not LSU, just like Louisiana. The Raising Cajuns, whatever their name is. 1 commit, and then maybe 1 or 2 more visits with running backs from other schools. And then Keelan Russell, Keelan, whatever you want to call him. Then we have Austin Mack, Ty Simpson, Jalen Milroe's leaving, thankfully. I didn't want him to. I didn't want to hop on the train of calling Jalen Milroe trash. Then I saw him in that Michigan game, dude. Come on, it's 50-50. 50% on Jalen Milroe, 50 on offensive coordinator Nick Sheridan. I mean, give Nick Sheridan a little credit. He did his best with this quarterback that can't throw the freaking ball. Okay. If you say South Carolina's trash, you're honestly delusional. South Carolina is clearly still like a number 10 team, at least. I mean, bowl games don't do much when there are opt-outs, okay? I mean, backups aren't just going to come in and start playing like the first-string offense does. I mean, it's just not how it works. You will lose games with backups. Even if the other team puts their backups in, I mean, you will lose games. You're not guaranteed to win when you have opt-outs, okay? South Carolina versus Illinois rematch, regular season, no opt-outs. South Carolina's got that by 10 points or better, okay? I just don't ever think South Carolina was trash this season. I don't think they're going to be trash anytime soon. I still think they're going to be in the top 15 next year. Maybe even the top 10 playoff team, maybe. Should have been this year, but, it's fine. Could have gotten beaten in the playoffs. 6-game winning streak. Ended in the bowl game. Would have ended in the playoffs by a blowout anyway, probably. Yeah. I still got South Carolina at 10. My channel, I mean, think what you want. Who else is better? Who do you want me to put here, huh? Like, bro, honestly, that's a genuine question. Why don't you make your own videos and showing me and at me in that and show me where you would put South Carolina? Like, honestly, bro, show me. Like, they're still one of the best teams in the country, no doubt about it. South Carolina is a very good team. All right. For number 11, I just kept Clemson where they were. Why would I move them? You want me to move Boise State, switch them out, even though Boise State just lost? I mean, heck no, bro. Not Miami, not Boise, not Syracuse, not Alabama, not Illinois. Nobody is going to go at 11 except Clemson, really. I'm not going to put Boise State at 11. It's just not happening, bro. 12 is their max. 12 will always be Boise State's max. That will be the best ranking there'll ever be in college football history. Now, that may backfire one day, but I'm just saying, for my rankings, not like the whole college football. You know what I mean? For my rankings, 12 will be the best rankings they'll ever get from me. College football history, this will be the best ever season that they've ever had in history. They won't have a playoff spot again next year. They won't even be in the rankings. I can guarantee that. Ashton Jeanty carried that team until, I guess, they wore the brakes off of them. I don't freaking know, but I'm trying to find the saying. I can't find it, but what did he average? Like 3.4 yards a carry versus Penn State. He actually did pretty good if you watch that game. I still don't think he's the best running back this season. Like, you can say in history, you can agree with me on that, but I know some people are going to be on edge about me saying this season because he's not. He's really not. Come on, bro. Dylan Sampson's better than him. If Jam Miller went over there, he could be the number one running back. Hey, Jalen Milroe could start at running back and go over there and have better stats than him, bro. Like, come on, bro. Jalen Milroe, the one who's been playing quarterback, he could play running back and be better than him. Come on. I mean, Ashton Jeanty, he's like nothing we haven't seen before. You know what I mean? He can break some tackles off of what? An FCS school? Off of who? UNLV. I mean, anybody can do that that's, like, talented, He is talented. Don't get me wrong. I'm not calling him trash at all. But he's just not anything we haven't seen before, Okay, so I really indicated, like I said, Boise State's going to be at 12. And that's what they are. They're number 12 still. I'm not going to move them. Penn State did stack 8 people in the box. Boise State's best receiver was out. That's really the only receiver that they had, and he wasn't even great. I really don't think he would have done much, even if he was in. I still think they would have ran Ashton Jeanty 30 times. You know, they actually ran him exactly 30 times versus Penn State. They still would have done the same thing. Come on, bro. Wide receiver in. They do it every time, even before their wide receiver got hurt. They would run him 30, 35 times a game, bro. I mean, you can't say just because their best receiver was out. It's dumb, bro. I hate hearing that. It's excuses for Boise State's line not being better and Boise State's recruiting class not being better. I don't know, bro. But Ashton Jeanty's gone. We'll have to see the new Boise State next year. Alright, so I had Syracuse here before. No, nothing wrong with this. So let's just cruise on through this because this video is going to be like freaking 40 minutes long, 50 minutes maybe, if I just keep talking 3 minutes. Alright, so I got Miami at 14, just got them better 1. Alright, so I didn't know if I should put Alabama at 15 or 16. I was thinking about putting Illinois at 15 and Alabama at 16, but come on, Alabama is nothing trash, nothing close to trash. They are mid. 15 is mid. Alright, so I got Illinois at 16. They beat South Carolina. Alright, so I got Missouri at 17. Nothing really changed. I moved them up 1, actually. Worse 1, because I wanted to move Illinois in their spot. Because Missouri is, like 0-2 versus top 25 or something. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I'm not freaking know-it-all. But, they're like 0-2, and they got blown out by Alabama. And then their other loss to a different ranked team was South Carolina, 34-30. Comeback and not comeback. Last second score. Missouri's not just trash. They're not a pushover. Definitely not. Have one more loss to an unranked team. Then I don't know who it was. It could have been like maybe Florida, maybe Arkansas. I really don't know, guys. Florida's a really good unranked team. They should be ranked. If injuries didn't get to them, they'd be a playoff team. I've explained that multiple times. So let's get on to number 18. Army stayed the same, no change. Moved SMU better 1, I don't know why. Okay, so Indiana moved them better 1, don't know why. Okay, so I'm going to just cruise on through Army. I'm going to cruise on through Memphis too. Alright, so Louisville moved back in because Kansas State is not good. They suck. Alright, so I never thought I'd see LSU back in. Alright, so Colorado State's the same because they got blown out.